How's it going, gamers? RebelX here in the War Room, and today we're looking at The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Tips and Tricks Part 7. This will be our final video on The Witcher 3. Really appreciate you guys sticking with us and enjoying our vids. We are going to be quickly going over what you should have at the very end of this game, what kind of good balancing you should have in your skills, and what you have to do to take on the final two bosses in the Wild Hunt. So let's get into that right here, right now. Now let's kick things off with talking about your skill tree. Now, at the end of this game, or at least at the end of the main story, you should have at least 5 main skills focusing on your combat, 5 focusing on your character's overall health, and then 3 consisting of magic. This has worked very well for me the entire time I've played this game. You can mix and match if you will, but also too is the fact that when you have your mutagens, make sure they're well connected into slots that power up an entire section. As you see right there at the top of my screen, I have one red powering up all my attacks, and then I have blue powering up all my magic. So make sure you have a good balance, and make sure too that you're putting in points to improve your character's overall health. And finally, too, gamers, once you reach the end stage of this game, make sure you have enough master craft items to repair your swords, and you're at least at a high level character, around, I would say, level 30, 32, or higher. Now let's talk about the second to last major boss battle you're going to be encountering in this game. This is against the Wild Hunt Mage. This guy has been on your tail the entire time of this game, and it's finally time to take the battle to him.
So be it. Let us end this.
Now when the battle begins, he was already going to be weak from fighting Ciri. Now the thing is for him, one of his main abilities is to teleport away from you after he takes a few hits. What I recommend is that you want to light him on fire to disrupt his ice shield barrier that he kind of covers himself when at the beginning of the match. Once that's down, he actually doesn't reattach that to himself for quite a bit of time into the match. He'll continue to teleport away from you and then coat himself with that ice barrier. Continue to melt that ice from him, but close the distance nonetheless. All of his attacks will be range attacks. If you close the distance with him, he'll allow you to take a few hits and then he'll teleport away from you. Now in the later part of the game, he will summon some help, these type of golem-like creatures that you'll be fighting. Now the thing is that these guys, I recommend don't bother fighting them. You actually use them as shields. When they start running at you, use his attacks to hit them in the back and kill them. He actually can kill his own allies. So close the distance with him at all times, ignore the help he summons. The reason why is because he has an infinite number of summoning these guys, and the longer the fight drags out, the longer he will continue to summon these guys. He can summon up to 3 of these dudes at once. Ignore them, continue to fight and go after him. If they do start to bunch up on you, back off a little bit and use them as shields when he attacks you. That way he can destroy his own soldiers. Continue to move in and close the distance, use Swallow to replenish your health, and also use your abilities as well to increase your attack damage, and you will take this guy down very quickly. Now the time has finally come to talk about how to take down the Wild Hunt King himself. This is where you've been fighting for. This is the whole reason you've been playing the story mode, is to finally settle the score with this guy. So let's get into that right now.
As you expire.
Now at the start of a match, he will try to teleport around you to try to attack you in your back. Continue to dodge his attacks and also parry his attacks. Now once you do parry and stun him for a few seconds, light him on fire to melt his ice barrier around him. Continue to light him on fire. This will leave him dazed for a few seconds once you've pulled back your attack. Hit him a couple times with your sword and then back off. He will continue to teleport and try to hit you from behind. Just continue to light him on fire and parry his attacks. He will try to distance himself from you sometimes to hit you with range attacks. Close the distance as fast as you can. These attacks, as you just saw right there, can do heavy damage to you. Make sure that you do try to meditate before this battle begins. That way you're able to replenish your potions after fighting the mage earlier on. Continue to close the distance, light him on fire, parry his sword attacks, and continue to slash at him once he uses his deflection of your fire, and you will kill the king very quickly. He actually is not that tough, so if you follow this strategy, you will take him down very soon. And there you have it, gamers. You have officially defeated the Wild Hunt King himself. Finally, it is over. You've defeated him, and now it's time for you to see what else lies in store for you at the latter part of the story, which we won't spoil for you guys here. We really want to thank you guys so much for checking out our Witcher 3 tips and tricks vids this entire time. This is our last video of The Witcher 3, but we're doing more games very soon, including Batman. So stay tuned to the War Room, subscribe to us if you like what you see, and until then, we'll see you guys next time here in the War Room.